The $6 million man. So if you were like me, you were allowed to watch the $6 million man when you were younger. And it was really exciting. It was. You had this man who was an astronaut. He had a crash landing and he was barely alive. And they said, "Gentlemen, we can rebuild him. We have the capability of making the world's first bionic man, and Steve Austin will be this man. Better than he was before. Better, stronger, and faster." And then he goes, running really, really, really fast, you all. Yeah, it shows him, you all. If you watch that, you know it was pretty cool. It was cool because he had superhuman strength. He had this bionic eye, boom, like that. He had a bionic arm because his arm got tore off during the crash landing. His legs got crushed. You know, he was really depressed and all that kind of stuff. And boom, they kept him. He was the perfect candidate. The perfect candidate for, this biomedic place. Yeah, they wanted somebody. He had natural charm with the women, they said. He was a brilliant man. He was very scientific in his mind. He was intelligent. And he was a go-getter, you all. He was well respected and all of that. So he was it. It took him months, they said, months to convince him to let this do this to him. And, he finally agreed because he didn't want to live with his arm gone and his legs crushed and his eyes blind in one eye. Just face it, you all. He was barely alive, and that was not going to be a life for Steve Austin. So they rebuilt him. They did. And when I was watching the video, I saw, no, I did not see Neuro-Link in there. Bionic Neuro-Link forearm. Okay, he did. They had bionic bipedal stuff too. So let me come over here, you all. We're going to watch that little thing, and I'm going to show you some of the links that I went to that we found it in, you all, because now look what's happening today. Hello there, Applebrooks, honey. Hello, everyone else. Thank you all for joining. Yeah, he was wonderful. He was so exciting. Yeah. That's how they should be portraying humanoids today. They should be portraying them like that instead of so sinister. Really, they should have, because that back then was more accepting. We loved it. We love it, love it, love it. We did, you all. So I'm going to come over here. I'm going to pull up that video. I want you to know that already in this link section right here, I've already put all the links. I got smart. I went there when it was in my mind. I went to the websites and I copy paste them in my Word document, and then boom, I have them all right here. So you will know every single link that we click into is what you'll know. So let me close this out. Let me go to our first search, you all, because we can do it. See, I got it right here in a little thing right here. We're going to go here. This is my very first search because I thought, what is the bionic man? So that's what we did. You all, let's do it. This is so exciting. It really is exciting. Hello. Oh, Gina, honey, hit. I got to hit the arrow, you all. I can do it. We can do it. We can do this together. So you all, look at this. This is so cool. This is what it pulls up. The $6 Million Man is an American science fiction and action television series running from 1973 to 1978 about a former astronaut, U.S. Air Force Colonel Steve Austin, portrayed by Lee Majors. After a NASA test flight accident, Austin is rebuilt with superhuman strength, speed, and vision due to bionic implants, and is employed by a secret agent by a fictional U.S. something, by a fictional what? A U.S. A fictional U.S. something government office titled OSI. Okay, by the OSI. So it's fictional. I got to put this in here because I clicked into it, you all. So we're going to just go on a little journey, just a tad bit of a journey, just a little bitty journey here. I did not click into anything. All I went to certain places. I also would like to put that in my Word document for future references. I'm just going to do it like that, you all. Yeah. So I don't think it's fictional. I really don't. Can we see if the OSI is fictional? OSI. Well, it's not fictional. Hello? Hello? Hello. The OSI is now no longer fictional, you all. It's not. Wow, did you get that? Did you get that? It's no longer fictional. No, it's not, you all. Let me copy this. I want to put this in my little thing right here, you all. It's no longer fictional, but it was a cool series. It really was really cool. I'm going to remember to put that in there. I just better make a little space to remind myself, you all. Let's see what that OSI stands for. We can see it right here. The Office of Special Investigations of the U.S. Department was created in the Justice Department was created in 1979 to identify and expel from the United States those who assisted the Nazis in persecuting any person because of race, religion, national origin, or political opinion. This involved gathering, verifying, and presented court witnesses and documenting evidence of decades-old crimes. Boom. So it's really, you can see it right here. The OSI is Office of Special Investigations. They're special agents. Whoa! Can we say whoa? Because it was founded in 1948. We can say whoa because it was founded in 1948. And you know what happened in 1947. The Roswell incidents. The Dead Sea Scrolls, you all. Come on now. Boom. That's right. That's right, you all. Look at that. 1948. I love it how things just synchronicity, the synchronizing of things. That's right, you all. So he wasn't the OSI. You all, let's look at this because we can. He was a vision due to bionic implants and employed as a secret agent by a fictional U.S. government office titled the OSI. Boom. The OSI. So we've got that one, you all. I didn't click into it, but that is really, I love it. Don't you love it? 1948, it was developed. Yes. That's right, you all. So let's look at this next link. So we went into there. I went into that one. Let's see what the next one was I went into, you all. Let's see. I went to this Bionic Fandom Wiki site right here. This is really cool. There's something in there I want you all to see. And all of these links right here, let me tell you, all these links that I'm going to put on here, they are in the description of this video, so there can be no mistake. Gina, honey, where did you go? I left a trail for you. I'm going to leave a trail for those who say, could you please tell me where it's at? No, I left the trail in the description of where we went. That's what I did. So let's go here. You are going to go to this Bionic Fandom Wiki. Right here, Steve Austin. Oopsie, Gina, honey, don't you knock it over. So Colonel Steve Austin. They're talking about, primary protagonist of the Cyborg series, $6 Million Man, an OSI field agent. You know what? I'm going to go out on a limb, and I'm going to say I think that he was not a fictional agent, a fictional person. I really don't think he was. I think he existed. I really do think he existed now after learning everything. So he's born in 42, top secret, and they got all these Air Force bases on here and stuff, early career. Look, his reputation earned him very attractive. He was very attractive to NASA, who recruited him for the astronaut program. He was the youngest astronaut, along with a combination of sheer genius, athletic ability, and a ladies' man magnetism, you all. What man does not want to be a ladies' man magnetism? Oh my goodness gracious, you all. So this is really interesting, and it talks about these Apollo things right here. Okay, we got Apollos. We got him right there. We got this Project Cyborg. Okay, that's right. cyborg. Goldman, look, director of the Office of Scientific Intelligence. Oh, or OSI of the Central Intelligence Agency. What was really interesting, you think there was a Project Cyborg? There probably was, and he was probably the first Project Cyborg that they created. It's okay, you all. It was a good movie. It was. He's got the bionic skills. His legs could run him over 60 miles per hour, and he sometimes could run 120 miles per hour. He could jump over 40 feet high. He could leap over 30 feet horizontally. His eggs were extremely. His arm could be like a bulldozer, lifting over 1,000 pounds. He could bend metal bars. He could lift 2,240 or 2,420 pounds. Okay, with his feet and stuff. Okay, so his eyes he had microchips in his arms. It resulted in a blue flash in his bionic eye. His bionic eye had features of a zoom lens. He could see things far away, and it was also microscopic, meaning he could use it for magnifying his vision to see smaller objects. It had infrared function that allowed him to see in the dark, detect heat, all of that, you all. Sometimes he had a deadly thing that happened, you all. He could scan stuff. This is really interesting right here. Let's talk about these Sasquatch, because the Sasquatch come in here. They do. They come in here, you all. I hope this is all right. Yes, infrared. But they had a weakness. When he was in this population 0, the implants that he had, the bionic implants in him, extreme code interfered with their functions, and they disabled them, giving them sufficient exposure. So when he goes into warmer temperature, then his implants will gain full functionality. They're cyborgs. They're considered cyborgs. Bionic hardware is what they've got. They can... oh my goodness, you all. They don't want to get radiation when their legs get destroyed and stuff and like that. And he had like an oxygen tank and a breathing mask in his legs. He can carry concealed items. So transmitters, all of this stuff right here. But look at this Bigfoot. We're going to go into Bigfoot. You see he had an OSI career. You may say, Gina, honey, why do you look at that? Because I don't think it's fictional. I think it's real. I really do. We're going to go to the next thing. Since I've already clicked into it, I've already got the link here. You all, let's click right into the Bigfoot, because it tells something about the Bigfoot. And we know that the Bigfoot is probably... I hope you all can't hear this, because I don't know what this thing is up here. I have no idea. I think I stopped it. Bigfoot. Bigfoot was actually... look at this. The return of the Bigfoot. So the secret Bigfoot. Bigfoot, right here, he was created with this white Shalon or something. And the alien who created Sasquatch, something about a nuclear bomb and stuff like this. But let's look at this, you all. I probably clicked into the wrong one. About the Bigfoot, you all, and the Sasquatch. Let me come back over here, because I forget which one I clicked into. I guess it really doesn't matter. Whatever Bigfoot it is. The return of Bigfoot. No, let's just go back into... Gina, can you just click right here? I can click right here, you all. I will. We're going to go to the Bigfoot if I can find Bigfoot. No, I only went right there, you all. I'm not that well organized at the moment, you all. I'm not, because I got myself distracted. I did, with the Bigfoot. But he was an alien. Bigfoot Sasquatch. The secret of the Bigfoot. Here we go, right here. I got you all. The secret of Bigfoot. And here's what it says. Look. They're talking about the Bigfoot. Okay. They are like a legendary beast called the Sasquatch or Bigfoot. And they're in the California mountains, the remote California mountains. is where they're located, in like a cave or something. And he sees through them, and he sees like a female. There's a female alien, and you got the San Madrian fault and stuff like that. I wanted to see in here because it said like they were created. These Bigfoots were created by these one aliens. And so they weren't fully human. They weren't. They were something else, which you can look into there, you are, because I've already forgot how they're talking about Andre the Giant. I've already forgot where I even seen that at in here, you all. But that's wild right there. That's very wild. Let me see right here. Let's look at this right here. So let me come over to this one, you all, if I can find this. Okay, let's look at. He was not told where that money came from, you all. Let's look at this right here because if I can come to this video project. Okay, I've got it. Look, a bionic visual cortex terminal. They even have like catalog numbers. I wonder if these numbers right here that you see in here, look, extended chromatic response, class JC. Wonder if these are really real. See his boom, going straight there to the back of his head. Bionic Neuro-Link forearm, upper arm assembly, a catalog. Bionic Neuro-Link hand. Neurofeedback terminated. Atomic type. So they had this technology way back then with catalog numbers. Some kind of double grain overload follower, class number 2. And his legs, look at that, you all, class CC. I think this all existed. I really do think it existed. This bipedal assembly and Neuralink and all of that. You can see his legs, his eye. Okay, let me put this here to me. I don't want to be on here too long. I don't. I want to go to this area right here. Just this search. I'm only going to show the search that I went to. Let me click this out. Let me do this. This is the search right here. Don't tell me that I did not have that thing turned. Let me tell you something. Every time I think I'm pushing the button, it doesn't go. But look at this. Bionic bipedal. That's what he had. Metrotronic wearable exoskeletons for bionic bipedal standing. Metrotronic wearable. They have these bionic bipedal standings. Bipedal locomotion, bionic octopus, the design of the bionic leg and motion simulation, bipedal walking of a robot, the bionic woman, bionic mechanical foot. So you know they have bound to had it way back then, you all. They bound to have had it. And if we were to go to the, if I can get this here. I'm going to get it. You all just wait. I feel like I'm under pressure. I do. I feel like I'm under pressure. I'm being watched. I know I'm being watched, you all, but it's not very nice to be watching me like this. Let me do this. Oh, Gina, honey, can we get this here? Paste it. Let's see if we can get it. I feel like I'm under pressure. Neuro-Link. So, we know about Neuro-Link right here. Bionic super brain chip implanted in your head. Having a bionic super brain chip robotically implanted in your head is something that most of us would consider a once-in-a-lifetime experience. But Musk and his team want to keep it that way. Software updates are already inconvenient and always happen when we don't want them to. So the idea of having to make a trip to your local neurosurgeon. Wait a minute. I didn't. Just give me a hot flash. I'm gonna put this in there too, you all. Just let me put this down here because I clicked into it. I got 2 things to put in there with that. He wants to put that in his head. What it is, look. What is Neuro-Link? A look at what it is, what it wants to be, and what it could become. Your sixth sense. You're going to have your sixth sense in your head. That's what they said. Neuro-Link company headlines, controversial brain chip interface. It's hard work and a live stream. He wants to... Oh my goodness, if you look beyond what it seems to be a sci-fi horror movie, you can get a glimpse of quite a different future for humanity. One that has a new sixth sense. Well, what about our sixth sense? Why do we have to have a Neuro-Link? Why does that have to become our sixth sense? Well, if our sixth sense is gone, I guess then they can substitute that with the Neuro-Link. Is that what they want to do? Substitute it? Right there, they got the prototypes. Paralegics. Now, that's good for paralegics. It really is. So they've already got FDA approval. The part that's in your brain, look at this, you all. Neuro-Link does involve surgically implanting some components onto the surface of your brain, but brain implants are not new. Research and development have been going and tested and used since the 1970s, since the Bionic Man, you all. Since the Bionic Man. I'm trying to have to sneeze here. Its brain implants have not been considered enhancements. Brains are still a big mystery. So they're trying to decode the genetic origins of our intelligence. So the 1970s, so that tells you that Mr. Steve Austin, the astronaut, the $6 million man, he probably existed. I think he did exist. He existed. They got your electrodes, electrode 1, the firing of the electrodes in your brains, you all. Look at that, a small chip in your head. That's right. Boom. Robotic sturgeon. Oh, I said sturgeon is a fish. So they're going to have a robotic surgeon that will place the Neuro-Link electrodes in your brain. So, my gosh, you all. That sounds like the Borg. It really does sound like the Borg. Precise movements necessary to install the threads into your brain. It sounds like a simple task, but at the small scale, the threads are, it becomes a task that's about as complicated as landing a space rocket safely on Earth. Musk is all too familiar with, you all. They're really, really small, and you can't really manipulate them with your hand. They're peeled off one at a time by the robot to place into your brain. So we have to build a surgical robot, and the surgery is not possible without the robot, you all. Oh, my goodness. It's voluntary. The person who is not under complete sedation could try to hold his or her breath for an hour-long procedure, or they can just hold a heartbeat. Let me see, poking around in your brain. The electrodes are thin. Look at that. Oh my goodness, there's the electrodes in your brain. They said it's like a mosquito biting you. That's all. That's all. It identifies the right areas and places each electrode. Oh my gosh, you are on the little bitty threaded areas of your brain. The part outside the brain. Look, the idea of having to make a trip to the local neurosurgeon every time the software wants to run an update takes away the glimpse of the appeal that having a super brain might bring. So a large piece of your Neuro-Link will reside outside your skull as a wearable behind your ear. Behind your ear. Well, that looks like Jean-Luc Picard with the Borg. Didn't he have something behind his ear in 7 of 9 too? Just like this. Wow. Oh my gosh. Well, Elon Musk probably likes the idea of helping out paraplegics. Nothing seems to tickle him more than giving our future AI overlords a good kick below the belt. And he believes Neuro-Link will deliver that blow. In the unmeasurable future, he sees Neuro-Link brain chip as an elective surgery. That means it will not be covered by your insurance in the United States. It was a sarcastic jab, they say. Wow. You can choose it. Look, Neuro-Link, why did they have to say that, is not